Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this is Feedback Friday, a weekly series where you tweet at me and I talk about it. I'm feeling kind of chatty, so let's go. Woody's Gamertag, what's more important, money or happiness, and why? I've run the full spectrum on this. I'm not one of the YouTubers that claims to have been raised in total poverty or anything like that. You know, my parents were fine, and good parents, etc. But I did experience some poverty when I first started out as a young adult. I paid my way completely. Like, there was sort of a cutoff. Woody, you're grown up now, you're on your own. And I rented an apartment in a low-income housing unit. I didn't qualify for low-income housing, but it seemed like everybody else did because they lied. I could go on about that. There's some mistakes in it. But a guy underneath me was a drug dealer. He used to beat his wife. The police would come and you'd hear her screaming and stuff. And he would threaten me with varying degrees of success. Sometimes I'd go down there when I felt like he was beating on her. And it was a mess. And that was what poverty was like. There was also money stress. And now I do much better. Right now I've got that YouTube money. And the difference is not like, it's not that money makes you happy. But, you know, if you live within your means, it is one less thing to stress about. And that is kind of a cool thing, you know. I love that I don't look at Colin's doctor bills and, you know, do this, like, cost-benefit analysis to figure out if it's worth paying for. Now it's like, look, if you think you need something, then we can get it for him. And, yeah, so I will say that, like, money doesn't bring happiness. The rich and famous people you see on TV, I promise you, are often very, very unhappy and having a hard time making their way through their lives, even though they look like a party to you. But lack of money can bring stress. I've felt that, and there it is. So you don't want to live in poverty. That can be kind of a rough, stressful thing when you don't know what you need and where it's coming from. But you know, super money, I don't think that brings happiness either. And I did not expect this in the gameplay. This must not be what I planned to record. So you are experiencing non-cherry picked, just random Woody gameplay. Judge me, whatever. Let's keep going. Woody, what should we expect for the future of Painkiller already? PKA and live streams in general are going to still exist. Not tonight. I'll make a separate video about this so that people can see it, you know, entitled specifically about Painkiller already. But I will get this DDoS thing figured out, and then I'll be able to live stream again. I have two ideas. Both of them I think are pretty promising. I haven't implemented them yet, and I don't think I'm going to get it done in time for tonight. But, you know, I hope that, you know, one of them hits pay dirt, and then we're good. It must be possible to hide your IP and hold a live stream. I just need to figure it out. You see people tweet stuff, dude. There's hackers who cause a problem, and then there's liars who just pretend to cause a problem. And most of the guys that are, you know, that get the attention are the liars, the ones that pretend to cause the problem. Everybody's talking about. But I know better. So anyway, PKA and Black Ops and other games live streaming, that's still going to happen. I just need to get it all sorted out, and I don't want to live stream until I have something new to test. And I was up till 3 a.m. last night working on it, but I'm going too long on this one question. I am working on it as hard as anyone you have ever known who has worked on anything, and in the end, we'll be able to do this. Are there ever times where Jackie accidentally calls you Woody instead of your real name, like in general? Jackie always calls me Woody. Everybody always calls me Woody. My real name is Matt, but I don't tend to use it day to day. Everyone I know and love calls me Woody, with the exception of my family, where my parents call me Matthew and my brother calls me Matt. I think my dad calls me Matt too. But yeah, in general, I go by Woody all the time. Biggest regret on YouTube? This is tough. Like, I thought, certainly the biggest regret I've had in any, like, even semi-recent time would be the I Fly Illini video. Like, I messed that one up. But here's what happened. I did a video saying it wasn't him, which I don't really regret. I thought I was right. I thought I was the smartest guy in the room, and that, you know, they were similar-looking people, but different people. That's what I thought. So I uploaded this video saying that, you know, it wasn't really iFly. You know, all you guys have it wrong. Quit trolling the guy, etc. And you know, iFly and I weren't really close, to be honest with you. But you know, I also didn't think it was right that people were, you know, saying it was him, when in my heart I quote unquote knew it wasn't. And it turned out that it was him. So I made a correction video, and you know, the correction video it turned out to be part of the problem for this guy. I took it down, if you guys don't know. Like, the actual story is, I don't think he'd mind me saying this. He hit me on Skype, and he's like, Woody, you know, I'll pay for you to take this video down. And I was like, no, no, dude, you don't have to pay. And he's like, no, I get it. You know, YouTube's a business. This is how you support your family. The video's doing well. You know, just I'll give you some money and you can make it go away. And I was like, I regretted making the video in the first place. And that was just like the straw that broke the camel's back. It was all I needed to take the video down and make it go away. So I left up the wrong video, the one that said it wasn't him because, you know, whatever. And I took down the video that said it was him because I felt like it was a piece of what was doing harm. You know, it was one of the top search results about him. And, you know, in the end, like the people that attacked him did a lot of damage. I talked to him on Skype for a while, but now he's kind of removed from Skype. I don't think he's talking to anybody. But he potentially like had to pay back all. He was on ROTC, which is this American program where if you're like part of the military during college, they help pay for your college, and he might have to pay that back. Now, he could possibly spend some time in like a prison, like a military prison type thing. He could lose his career and never be a pilot. Like the ramifications of something that I think are, you know, really not that big of a deal, could be huge, and I hate that. You know, I hate that. Like, at least to some extent, it's not like I broke the news. I mean, it was globally trending on Twitter. There were other channels almost devoted to it. I think it was one of Keemstar's friends that contacted his superior officers and kept, you know, like tweeting him and sending him emails to make sure that they punished him in some way. And, you know, I wish that, you know, the backlash from something like that was a lot smaller than it really was. Happier topics. What are your thoughts on Ronda Rousey and women's UFC? Dude, I freaking love it. So I liked it before I saw it. I thought it was okay. Like, I wasn't a huge fan. I liked Ronda Rousey just fine. I had nothing against her. And I had seen a couple of her fights, you know, win by first round armbar, whatever. But, you know, it was just not, like, amazingly interesting, you know? Somewhat better than WNBA, but not quite NBA. I'm not really into basketball, but, you know, roll with me here. And then when I saw her fight in the UFC and I saw her opponent and, you know, the Lisbos, that's the fans of her opponent, dude, it was awesome. It was an amazing show. I'm a bigger Ronda fan now than I ever was before, and I'm pretty psyched that there's a new division. As a matter of fact, I'd rather see a second women's division than yet another, you know, whatever, you know, 35-pound weight class for the guys, you know, where like there's never any knockouts at these low weights, and they're just too small. Like their chins are just as durable as a big guy's, but their hands are not as hard, and you know, it just looks like a pillow fight, you know, between these tiny people. And I'd much rather watch the women go at it than you know, some 115-pound guy. But that's just me. You asked my opinion. That's where I am. WoodysGamertag, what's the best network to be partnered with? I have a channel to be partnered, and I'm having trouble choosing a network. All right, so the needs are different amongst different YouTubers. I'll talk about this briefly, even though most people watch content, not make it. When you're a giant guy, right? Take a Freddie Wong, take an Epic Mealtime, Panic Spawn with my tack insert. Those guys are looking for networks that bring in like branded integration deals, right? You know, there is money to be made for these guys if they can, like, you know, Freddie Wong did a really great video with him being like a real life Battlefield 3. That's the kind of thing that a really great agent brings in. When you're smaller, you're really just doing views for dollars. So little guys, look at the networks, ask them to predict or even guarantee you, you know, a rate, you know, how much dollar per view, and pick the best one. Regardless of what the network tells you, they don't grow you. They don't. I mean, you might look at some of the biggest guys who've joined together and formed their own sub-network, right? You know, like, I don't mean to call anyone out, and I'm trying my best not to do this. But, you know, you might say like, oh, look, you know, this company does grow its people. Look at these 5 friends. They're all growing so well together. Dude, that's the action of the 5 friends, not the network itself. I promise you. There are thousands of other people in that network that don't get the benefit that those 5 friendships have created for themselves. So, if you're small, just pick the one that gives you the most money per view, because they don't do anything else but pay you for views. That's it. That's the only service they provide. And then if you're big, then you need to start looking at like what kind of branded integration deals they have, who their other partners are. You know, like, you know, if you look at like the Freddie Wongs, the Epic Mealtimes, the whatever, they're with smaller networks. These people have like 30 partners in their network, and you know, they get the kind of individual attention that stars of their class deserve. That's That's where you are when you're Freddie Wong or Harley or Epic Mealtime or whatever. When you're a little guy, you're just looking at dollars for views, and they're not going to do anything else for you but that. So that's how you evaluate them. So I just re-listened to that and thought, oh, money whore, money whore, money whore. But my answer to that kind of critic is grow up. You know, that this is just a business relationship. Somebody wants to monetize your videos and take a fraction of it from you. If you're not looking out at the, you know, at what you get from it, then you're doing it wrong. That's just the plain old truth. Someone's making money off of your videos, and you need to know about your share. That's the deal. If you're trying to make it based on some sort of, I don't know, coolness, how else you'd pick a network, then you're probably doing it wrong. Probably a common question, but what's your favorite COD to date? I don't know. Like, I'm all over the place. And when I thought about this before I started, and I thought, well, you know, probably Modern Warfare 3. I had a good time in Modern Warfare 3. Everybody else hated it for some reason, but I thought it was okay. And then Black Ops 2 is really good. I like Black Ops 2. I like the action in Black Ops 2. I couldn't kill these guys, that damn Vector. I like the action in Black Ops 2. It feels like I am always doing something. I'm never like, when I died in Black Ops 1, like especially Array, you just put your hiking boots on and rush back to, you know, wherever it is you actually want to be. In this game, when you die, you're right back in the action, and I like that a lot. But I can't get past the connections. I feel like a lot of my success and failure is based on my connection to the host in this game. And, you know, I don't know if I can give Black Ops 2 favorite COD ever status. COD 4 was really good. But the anti-hipster in me doesn't want to give it, like, you know, oh, it was the greatest COD ever. Because if COD 4 was released today, it wouldn't even get attention. It would be too simple, non-selectable kill streaks. It was great for its day, but they've improved upon it since then. So maybe Modern Warfare 3 is my favorite. Can't be sure. When the 720 and the PS4 come out, which console do you think you'll play the most? Also, have you gotten a nuclear yet? I can't pronounce that. Well, last part first. No, I haven't gotten a nuclear. That's it. And you'll look at my playstyle, like rushing into hotspots, finding as much traffic as I can, putting tech inserts in dangerous areas. You don't get nuclears that way. You die a lot. So you know, I probably could if I tried, if I went for it, but I have actually never done it. I once got, I think, 20 kills, but that I wasn't trying for that either. I was rushing the spawn with a shotgun. I just happened to live a long time. The other part, which console I'll play the most? I imagine the Xbox, but only because of the friends list I've built up there. Like, usually when every Black Ops drops, I'm there with, like, you know, Team Art and Onslaught, and we're playing during the day, and we're having a good time, and we're rolling in parties, and we're doing our thing. I expect that a new console release will be similar to a new COD release, where I jump in and I play with my friends. In the past, the PlayStation's done a bad job of dealing with, like, YouTube problems. You know, like, if you have thousands of messages that people send you, it literally takes like 20 minutes to delete them, and it can take like 5 minutes to pull up your dashboard. If you're getting messages while you're live streaming, then that too slows down the PS3 to a crawl. Like, you know, menu options take 7-10 minutes to pull up. So, you know, for that reason, the PS3 isn't as good a platform for people who have, like, any kind of fan base. But I don't know what it's going to be like in the next gen. All right, there it is. Random gameplay. 37, 26, and 5 caps. Not totally embarrassing, I guess. But what happens is I'll record it, and then I change the name of the file afterwards, and then I'll, like, you know that it's not a junk game by the fact that it's been named. But I think I named the wrong one, and this is the game that you got. If you like it around here, subscribe in the top right. Here's 2 videos you may have missed. The left one everyone hated, the right one they mostly liked. You can pick. Make your own call.